Hello everyone, I hope you had a really good new year. Sorry I look a bit ill, it's because I am, and I'm giving my skin a break because my skin has been a little bit bad recently, probably because of all the junk I ate at Christmas, but oh well. So yeah, I thought today I would do a facts about me video because I haven't done one since my first ever video. So yeah, and I've been thinking recently and writing down facts about me that aren't like the bog standard, so it's not like how tall I am or whatever. I thought it would be something that so you could actually learn something about me as a person, not just generalised stuff, I guess. I'm just going to jump right into it with number one. I have them all written on my phone, and number one is my first word was fuck. That is what I've been told. Most kids say mama or dada. Oh no, not me. I was telling people to fuck off apparently. Yeah, which is kind of ironic if you meet or know my family, because we don't really swear. Not to each other anyway. I do when I'm not around my family, but I have the respect to not do it in front of them. So yeah, that was my first word. My mum told me that when I said it, she was very shocked, and because her and my dad used to have like arguments and stuff, and they'd used to swear at each other, and that's obviously where I picked it up from. And she said, definitely learnt my lesson to not like say anything like that in front of you. Number two is I've never had a boyfriend. I'm 22 and I've never had one. I'm not ashamed of it because there have been things in my life that have got in the way, and there's not really anyone that decent around where I live, to be honest. I do kind of like someone, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not gonna say who it is, and I'm not gonna tell them either, because if they don't like me, that would be really awkward and I'd want to die. So yeah, I doubt anything would happen, to be honest, but there you go. Number three is I found my half-brother on Bebo. I don't know if any of you remember Bebo, but it was like the next big thing between MySpace and Facebook. Well, it was when I was younger anyway, and it was in about 2009. My mum has never kept it a secret from me that I have an older half-brother and sister from my dad's side. And I've always kind of asked questions, but obviously because they're not her children, she doesn't know that much about them, but she's never hidden anything or anything. And I just happened to be on Bebo one day, and I've always known his name, so I just searched his name and it came up. And I remember I was like 14, I think. This is like 2009. Was I 14 in 2009? Yeah, I was. So yeah, yeah, I sent him like this massive paragraph, and he was just like, yeah, pretty much yeah. So I met my half brother on there, and I discovered that he supports the same football team as me, the only other person in my family who does, so that's really cool. So fact number four is that I'm glad my dad isn't around. Now, I know a lot of people are probably like, well, why? Like, you don't know my dad, like, he makes my skin crawl just thinking about him. Like, he has done some awful things, and I could sit here and talk for like an hour about everything he's done, but the straw that broke the camel's back for me with him was the fact that he lied to me about having cancer. So that's just like a tiny little sneak peek of the kind of person he is, and I just wouldn't want someone like that around me or in my life. I know where he lives. I have him on Facebook, and on Father's Day I always post a status saying Happy Father's Day, Mum, just so he knows. Fact five is this is just ridiculous and it's a little bit embarrassing, but oh well. Fact number five is that I really wanted to be a singer when I was younger. Like, I didn't want to do anything else. I'd sing all the time. I'd put like live videos on YouTube, or if I had the DVD, I'd play the DVD and act like I was the singer or the extra member of the girl band, and I would do all the dance moves and stuff, and I really wanted to be a singer. I don't anymore. I do still like singing, but it's definitely more of just like a carefree fun thing. I just kind of do it because I like to, not because I want to do it as a career, and I know I'm not good enough to do it as a career anyway. So fact number 6 is that I used to be terrified of Harry Potter and the Grinch, and it's really funny because now Harry Potter series is one of my favourite film series and the Grinch is one of my favourite Christmas films, but I was petrified of them both at first. The Grinch came about, I went to see it in the cinema and it scared me, so I didn't watch it for ages, and like I went round to see a friend and they were watching it, and I literally just sat in the kitchen with their mum because I didn't want to watch it. And then Harry Potter, I had been told that it was scary and I believed them, and I really don't know why. Like I refused. We were visiting family and they were watching it, and I was so scared even though I'd never seen it, and that I point blank refused to watch it. So I was sat on the stairs sulking like a stupid little 6-year-old I was. I think I was 6. I can't remember. And then it was like my mum came out and was like, it's really not scary, come and watch it. So I did, and I just fell in love with it from that point. And yeah, I don't really know why, I just believed it, but oh well. Fact number 7 is a little bit of a weird one, and it is that I miss school. And it's not like every part of school, but I do miss some lessons because I had like the coolest teachers, and I just genuinely like did love those lessons, and mainly that was media and geography. Those two were my all-time favourite subjects at school. Oh, and English, especially for GCSE, because my teacher was hilarious. Actually, my teacher in year 9 was hilarious too, but it was a different teacher. But yeah, geography and English were funny because the teachers would always make fun of this little kid who was in my class who thought he was like all that, and the teachers just saw through that act and basically knocked him down a peg, which was hilarious. But I just loved those lessons anyway, and yeah, I miss like the learning aspect of it because I love learning. Like even if I'm just watching like a documentary, if I learn something, I love it. I've always been quite an academic person, not necessarily intelligent, and definitely not someone who got all A stars or anything, but I loved learning, and I loved like, I didn't love revising, and I don't know why I was going to say that, but I didn't. I just loved like learning new things, and even maths to a point. I loved trying to figure out how to do something. I was awful at maths though, like awful, but yeah, and also I do miss like having a social life in a sense, because you would like talk to people at school, and I don't really now. But yeah, fact number 8 is that I hated football my entire life, and then literally just overnight I fell in love with it, and I don't really know why I hated it, because I'd never watched it, I just didn't like it, and then all of a sudden I was like, actually, do you know what, it's not that bad. And I love it now. I don't religiously watch every match that's on TV, and I don't religiously like go to football games often, but I do love it. I support Manchester United, if you didn't know that already, and yeah, I love wearing the football top. It's so comfy. Football tops are amazing. Even if you don't like football, you should wear one. But I love, we go to see Peterborough because that's like the closest team to us, so we go see them play quite a lot at home, and that's fun because it's like, yeah. And I used to see them play Man United at Peterborough a lot, because when Darren and Alex Ferguson were the managers of both teams, like that Man United would go to Peterborough quite a lot. So yeah, I actually really like football. I don't really know why I hated it, but I don't now. Fact 9 is that I have the widest music taste, and people are always like, but you only ever listen to Little Mix. Well, that's not true. That is not true. Yeah, I probably do listen to Little Mix the most, but they're not all I listen to. But like I said, I have like the widest taste. Like I listen to Eminem, I listen to like Green Day, I listen to like pop, like S Club 7. If I'm in like the mood to just be really cheesy, then I'll listen to like S Club 7. I like Justin Bieber, I like people like Drake, and then there's like if I was to put my iPod on shuffle, it would literally go from like Little Mix to My Chemical Romance to Taylor Swift to Drake to, oh my gosh, what are they called? I can't remember. But it, like, I listened to like all kinds of music, and if you were to give me a song to listen to, it wouldn't matter what the genre was, I would give it a go and I might like it. Fact 10 is that I was obsessed with cars, and I mean obsessed. This was when I was like 11 or 12. I don't know why, but I just suddenly really got into them, and I would watch Top Gear religiously. I could tell you anything about any car. If we got a newspaper, that I would go to the motoring section first. But it's kind of strange because I do still like cars, and I do still watch Top Gear if it's on, and I am like obsessed with them to a point. But ask me to drive one and it's not going to happen. I have no interest in wanting to drive because, well, I can't afford it for one, because it's ridiculously expensive, and it just, quite frankly, it terrifies me. I mean, when I was 17, I did have a couple of lessons because my uncle is a retired driving instructor and he said he would teach me for free. Obviously not going to turn that down. So yeah, he gave me a couple of lessons, and I think I nearly broke the gear stick or the clutch. Probably the clutch, but yeah. I nearly like pushed the pedal through the floor. Fact number 11 is that the one thing I want to do more than anything else in the world is swim with dolphins. I don't care where, I don't care when, and I don't care how. I'm going to do it somehow. It's something I've always wanted to do, because ever since I learned to swim when I was like 3 years old, I've loved swimming, and dolphins have always been one of my favourite animals, and I would just absolutely love to swim with them. I'd love to do it in Dubai, but let's be honest, I'm probably not going to get to Dubai anytime soon. So I'd do it in like Blackpool if I could, if they do it, but they don't. But you know what I mean, like I want to do it so much. And last but not least, fact number 12 is that I think that I'm quite an annoying friend slash person in general. And that is because, okay, so let me explain why. Like, I don't have many friends where I live. I have like one, and she's just so busy that I think I saw her once in 2016 and she lives 5 minutes away. So I don't really have anyone locally. I mean, I have like my mum's friends, but it's not the same. But anyway, so when I talk to my friends like on Twitter or on WhatsApp or whatever, if I send them a text and they take 2 hours to reply, I will reply straight away, and I think that's quite annoying, because I feel like I come across desperate, and that's not my intention. So that is it for today's video. I hope you feel like you've learned a little bit more about me. I definitely feel a little bit better for getting some of the things off my chest, the more deeper ones obviously. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you really soon with another one.